Hi, I'm Ulrike Gretzel. I'm a professor of tourism at the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia. I've been part of the IFITT community for 15 years now. So I do research in basically two areas. One area is organizational research, so I'm interested in tourism organizations and their adoption of technologies, some of the challenges they face. There's also non-adoption or quasi-adoption of information and communication technologies, and the readiness to change and integrate business intelligence that emerges from data, for example, that they derive from these technologies. And then I have also some specific interests in, I guess, special interest tourism travel groups. I have studied RV travelers because they actually are an interesting group of travelers we know very little about. They travel in these huge motorhomes. They're often older people. So we talk about snowbirds or gray nomads, so older senior travelers that spend quite extensive times on the road. And I've started studying them because they use technology quite extensively, so they don't really fit our stereotypes of senior travelers, and they also form very strong online communities. So even before we started talking about social media, they took advantage of the internet to connect, to share information. So I've done a lot of research on these specific travelers. I'm also interested in Chinese travelers and specifically their social media habits and activities, and also the way they actually learn about different forms of travel through social media. And I'm starting to do a little more research also on Indian travelers and how they, for example, use online sources to understand I guess Australia as a destination, or how they process information in these environments. It's a really difficult question because all of the projects are really, really exciting. I guess I've been doing, as I said, a lot of research on RV travelers. I'm still continuing that. I'm just absolutely fascinated by that group of travelers, and it's actually a growing market, and it's a market that has been largely neglected by the tourism industry because they don't stay in hotels. They traditionally were not the focus of destination marketing. For me, it's really a special community because it is an industry, government, destination, academic mix that brings together people that are interested in technology. So it's also, from the academic side, a very interdisciplinary group of people. It's a community, I think, where the quality of research is really high, where it's not, you know, we accept pretty much anyone. It's a very critical community, but with a lot of, I think, very constructive feedback. So it's still a community where there is where you can learn something. I attended my first ENTA conference in 1999 in Innsbruck, and I have not missed a single conference since then. And I will be joining the ENTA conference, so God will, again in February